Hello and welcome to GameRomp Easy Mode, an easygoing podcast where we talk about the games we've been playing. I don't know.
Yeah, and, any news or stuff that we want to talk about. I don't think there's much news I want to talk about, to be honest with you.
I think there's mostly a calm after all those game shows, so.
Yeah, that's true. We didn't really talk about the game. Well, no, we did.
A little bit. Tiny itty bitty bit.
All right, we don't need to go back over that then.
So what have you been playing this last week?
Well, we streamed Monster Hunter.
We did.
That was kind of fun. I said I'd wanted to play it to try to explain to you why I like it. I didn't need you to take it as me trying to convince you it's something that you're gonna like.
Yeah, I know. But okay, tell the audience why you like Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter is an action RPG where you make your own character, so you can be whatever you want to be. And there's just a plethora of different combat styles, basically, because you're in this world where you're hunting, monsters, right? Because of the name. The monsters are kind of I guess you could kind of view them as natural fauna in the world. Imagine a medieval kind of world where wyverns and leviathans and stuff like that existed. And the stories in these games don't really matter too much, so there's never really a great super interesting story as to why you're hunting stuff. It's usually simple stuff like, my traveling cart got attacked. Can you please go take care of this ogre? Or it's simple stuff. There's gonna be an overarching sort of plot or a reason why the game exists, but it's never you're not there for a story. You're there to be in this wild world and have fights against big boss monsters, which to me is fun. But it's also because it's a beautiful world to just exist in. I get that same kind of feeling I do with Skyrim or Fallout, or I just kind of sometimes just walk around and harvest and stuff. And
I don't know if I would call Fallout a beautiful environment, but it's interesting.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I tend to play with greenery mods to make it look like The Last of Us instead of just dead everywhere.
Yeah, fair enough.
But even my first Monster Hunter game was Monster Hunter Tri. That was on the Wii. So if you remember what Wii games look like, they weren't
not great.
Nowadays they don't really hold up super well. But even back then, there was anyone that's played Monster Hunter Tri or 3, when you're in Moga Village, you're in this seaside village on these piers, and you got that super calm music.
Is that the music that we use for alarm?
Yeah, I use Moga Village Night version as the alarm music, and I still don't hate it.
I was gonna say that is usually there's the trope, if you will, that if you put a sound or a song as your alarm in the morning, you're gonna end up hating that. And yeah, I don't hate it either. I don't know how it works, because I've had other songs that I liked and put for music as an alarm, and I can't listen to this anymore.
There's something so calming about it because it has the sounds of waves and
wind chimes.
Imagine you're in this a native town on the coast, and you're in this wooden little hut on the beach, and you're just hearing the clanging of metal, wind chimes and pots and pans and the waves. It's just, that's so well incorporated into the music that it's so calming to wake up to. It's not aggravating.
It's not jarring. It's not going to scare the shit out of you to get up.
Yeah. So anyways, that's the kind of vibe that when you think of that music, that is the vibe of that village. And you're in this, you're just welcome to this village, and they're having an issue in that town. It's we're having earthquakes and the seas are troubled, and the village is in trouble like that, right? They're not being attacked by some super dragon or an invading army. It's just little things like that. That's what's going on with nature. We're having issues. So you go out and you explore nature. They let you go out into the island, and as you post that first hill and you just see the mountains and the ocean, it's such a pretty vibe. And in that game, at least, the beginning of it was a lot of just okay, learn how to survive in here. Go hunt some herbivores that are really easy to kill so you can get some meat, or go gather some herbs because you're going to need to make potions and stuff, and all that stuff. It's almost like a tutorial, really, but incorporated in a kind of a survival way. Nowadays, a lot of the Monster Hunters kind of tone that bit down, where it's you don't feel too hard pressed to survive in the world.
Which is funny because, like, if I was going to pick a game or a style of game that would make Monster Hunter more attractive to me, would be that kind of like more survival crafting, living in the wilderness. But especially, I think it was one of the Monster Hunter Stories game, which okay, it's not the same as the mainline series.
Yeah, that's a different.
But it got to me that it was like, oh, we need to protect these creatures or whatever, so go out and like, I don't know, fucking kill them or go out and steal their eggs and all this stuff. And I'm like, that's exactly what you shouldn't be doing. Like, I don't know. I know the stories are not like what you play these games for.
Yeah.
But it was such a bad excuse for why you're going out and killing everything that moves that really bothered me.
I think for the Monster Hunter Stories games, like one of the reasons they did the whole egg thing is because gathering eggs has always been like a gameplay mechanic in these games.
I know, they're just trying to justify it. But
So it's like, it's not like you're going to go catch things with a Pokeball.
well, I didn't expect a Pokeball. I mean, you could still, I don't know, whatever. They just, that left a bad taste in my mouth. What can I say? Whatever.
It's going to come down to whether you can get over like the dissonance of the gameplay and the story and like not worry so much about it. Because like,
sure, but I could also take all that time and not like battle my ideas of what they should do and what they're actually doing and go play something that doesn't give me that issue.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying you. You're a lost cause. You're going to play these games, so that's fine.
Yes, I'm a lost cause because it's like 10 minutes of like animal gore.
I'm just saying for other people that are maybe interested in the game, like it's, if you can look over, I'm going to talk about another game where I have to do that, look over some stuff that there's a lot of games where I'm never 100% happy with the games I play. Mm-hmm. Maybe the closest things I can think of are like, no, that doesn't count either. I was going to say Fallout or Skyrim, but the only reason I get more happy with those is because I can super mod them.
Yeah, that is definitely the best thing about Bethesda games is that they are moddable to hell and back.
But anyway,
they can become anything you
getting back on topic, because you asked me a question.
Fair.
That is one thing, just being in the nature. But I do find the gameplay fun. It's almost like a fighting game because there's so many different styles of fighting in this game. You can have the sword and shield, you can have the long sword, you can have the great sword, you can have the lance, you can have the gun lance, you can have the bow, you can have a bow gun, you can have a switch axe. There's just a bunch of different ways, and every weapon is so different. The only weapons that I would say are like almost alike are the heavy bow gun and the light bow gun. Mm. But everything else, they're like, if you have a sword and shield, the combos and the combat is different than having dual blades, which is like two swords. They don't act alike at all. Like even like the regular attacks are different. So it's like, imagine you're playing a fighting game like, ooh, I want to play Ryu, or no, I want to play as Blanca. Or if you're playing Smash, I'm going to play as Fox or whatever, right? Mm. Each gameplay style is different. So it's fun to like, not only you get a bunch of monsters and the quest to go through, but like you have a bunch of different ways of doing it too.
I mean, that's fair. Cause I know we both know that you really get into like the theory crafting of all the weapons and stuff. So I know you enjoy that. I know you were getting lost in all the menus while we were streaming and I'm just like, I see pretty things sometimes and that's about it.
Yeah. Cause so another thing about Monster Hunter is like when you fight the monsters, you carve them and you're like using their parts to build more armor or more weapons. So if you're fighting the monster that has a lot of poison attacks, its weapons are probably going to do poison attacks. If you're fighting a monster that has like lightning attacks, its weapons are going to be like lightning elemental and their armor is going to be like lightning strong, right? Mm. So all that goes into play like, oh, I just fought this lightning squirrel. And I'm about to fight this fire T-Rex thing. I know this fire T-Rex is actually weak against water, so let me go fight something that maybe can like make some water weapons or something to like put it in the most like basic terms.
I was gonna say, you saying that made me think it's almost like Mega Man.
Kinda.
In the sense that every boss, or in this case, giant monsters, have an elemental weakness and strength. Also like Pokemon and fucking everything else. So you go out to the one that it's weak to, kick that monster's ass, and then make all the weapons, and then go to the bigger monster and kick that monster's ass.
Yeah, kinda, yeah. I really like that. It kind of brings me into the mood of like The Witcher. I know you played a little bit of Witcher 3, probably not that much.
Barely anything.
But a big part of that game was the prep work when you're going to go fight a monster. And like, maybe the first time you go fight this monster, you don't really know much about it. Maybe you've seen a picture of it and you see the doodle of it. Cause like when you're accepting the quest, there might be a doodle of it, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
So like, okay, this thing is red and a dinosaur. So maybe it has fire or maybe not. You go and fight it. Maybe you beat it the first time, but if you don't, it's still a learning experience to be like, okay, I know this thing does fire damage, or I know this thing actually poisons, and I didn't realize that, so I didn't bring antidotes and stuff. You prep, like, oh, I'm gonna fight this monster. It spends a lot of time in the air. Maybe I'll take a bow and arrow instead of my usual dual swords. Make sure I bring some flash bombs to, like, blind it or whatever.
Now, see, that would be a game I would be interested in trying again. And this time when I would try, I would obviously be using a controller instead of trying to use a keyboard and mouse, because that clearly did not work. It's not what it was made for. But that I could try. The only thing that gets me on that game is the fact that it's probably long as shit. So that scares me a little bit.
What, Monster Hunter World?
No.
Witcher.
Witcher, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Witcher is different in the sense that, like, Geralt is a monster hunter. Geralt even appears in Monster Hunter World as a crossover.
Yeah, that's cute.
It is cute because they're like, he comes in, he's like, oh, I'm a monster hunter. It's all these like inside jokes, but anyway. The thing about The Witcher though is the biggest appeal for me in that game isn't even the monster hunting; it's all the political and RPG stuff. Like,
I mean, that's fine.
People, so
I know you got really, or a lot of people got into that one with the Baron. Was it a Baron or something? And he had like the fetus kid or something.
Oh, the Bloody Baron.
Bloody Baron.
That's one of the more well-known stories. It is one of the better ones too. So yeah, it has that thing of like the prep work. And I take that into Monster Hunter too. There's a lot of people that play Monster Hunter where they don't take that into account, and they'll just be like, "I just want to use my big hammer," or
they're just going to make it tougher for themselves.
Yeah, or I'm going to use my great sword no matter what. And then you run into a monster that's like a hard counter. Like you saw that one monster that I fought. I think it was the last one on the stream. It's called Odogaron. It's that red dog. He is super fast.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
That guy jumps around like hell. Now, I was using dual blades against it because dual blades are really a fast weapon. But there are slower weapons like the gun lance. I like the gun lance or the greatsword. I like both of those, but those are slow weapons.
And you're going to get your ass handed to you.
It's going to be harder. You can still do it. People still do it, obviously. It's just going to be harder. So being flexible and being like, oh, I'm going to fight Legiana. Legiana is weak against lightning and he flies a lot. Maybe I'll take my lightning bow. Or you could just brute force it and say, no, I'm going to stick with my physical, no element greatsword. And you can still do it. But like, it's basically how much do you want to prep and how much that's kind of like a difficulty multiplier in a way, like how much prep you want to do and how much thought you're putting into this. Because not only that, but Legiana's an ice monster. So like you can make sure you up your ice defense, because if you don't, ice damage is going to be hitting you a lot harder. And like maybe you'll die to 2 or 3 hits or whatever, versus like being able to survive 4 or 5. So all this planning and stuff is something I really love. But yes, going in and then like you get all the stuff, you go to the smithy and you're like looking at the weapons you can make. And then you look at the armor you can make. And the fun thing about Monster Hunter is, I mean, I guess
then do that for your Palico.
Yes, your Palico also gets that. But like, I guess it's also like a fashion thing. Like in Dark Souls, people do that in Dark Souls as well. Like, I want to wear this. Maybe it's not as good as this armor, but it looks better. So
yeah, you've done that before.
That kind of thing plays into it too. Like, ooh, these 2 armor pieces look good together, or I really like how this full armor set looks. And I took that a step further to like mod it, where I liked most of this except for this part, so I modded it or whatever, right? So like that is a part of it for me too. Just like all the customization, not only in skills and stats and like the theory crafting and planning, but also just like making characters that I like to look at or whatever. So I guess those are the big things I like about Monster Hunter and why I play. I've played like, I don't know, like 700 hours or something in World.
Yeah, seeing all those hours was crazy, but.
And you saw some of the people that visited the chat, like played longer.
1,200 hours, like holy shit.
And like I kind of get it, but like at the same time, I like playing a lot of games, so I'm not like that super. But still, like 500 plus hours is still a lot of hours.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's the thing I like about Monster Hunter, I guess.
Well, I'm sorry that it doesn't work on me. Like, by all means, enjoy your game. It's just...
I know. I had originally thought like, oh, this is a co-op game, so it'd be fun to play with you because you're always looking for co-op games to play. But like, Nowadays, I'm kind of the opinion that I'm fine not playing co-op games with you.
Ow, right to the heart.
But
I understand, but oof.
yeah, and also you just got to be in the mood to like get lost in those menus and be like, oh, this armor does this, this armor has this skill.
I can only handle menus for so long, and then I'm just like, oh god, I need to do something else, please.
I wonder if that's how some of the people that struggle with this game also feel. Because I know a lot of people, they'll just go like, oh, this armor does attack up, this armor does attack up. And then they're mixing and matching, and they don't worry about defense at all, and they just use the same armor for everything, and then just their ass kicked.
Maybe.
But I really like being able to plan out and, strategize against what I'm going to be fighting.
Just as a random aside, but like considering how much you like playing in the menus and theory crafting and all this, did you have you ever tried Crusader Kings? Because if there's ever a game about being in the menus, it's fucking Crusader Kings. Which sucks in a way because I know Crusader Kings can make some absolutely ridiculous storylines that would be fucking
I was about to
hilarious.
say the story. Like, what is the story? Because it's just like real stuff, right?
Not, I mean, barely. Only in the sense, like, I don't know if some of the characters you play as were actual historical figures or not. It might start off with like the medieval versions of countries and stuff, but once you start playing, everything goes.
I think I need more than just story to enjoy a game, if I'm being honest with you. Because there's games that I love the story in, like Final Fantasy Tactics. But half the fun for that it was also the combat and the planning out my parties and stuff.
Well, then maybe we could, for shits and giggles, try together. You can take care of the menu stuff, and when the story stuff pops up, I can make the decisions there.
What menu stuff? Is there like combat and stuff in that game?
I don't know how to put it. It's like I've heard it called almost like the Excel sheets of video games.
It sounds horrible to me.
But it's menu stuff. That's what you love.
No, I don't like menu stuff. You're just putting this shallow veil of that on what I like because you're not understanding
that you have to take care of, and you are fighting against other countries or figuring out how to, like, I don't know. It's like medieval politics and stuff.
I don't know. I've never had the huge drive to play it, honestly. Like, I like medieval politicking, like I like Suikoden 2 and Final Fantasy Tactics, but like those also have like a fantasy element to it and fun combat and like a spectacle. Whereas when I see Crusader King, I always just see people looking at like a map and like just like this UI where it's like some people. I don't know. It doesn't scream to me like, ooh, this looks fun.
Well, I just kind of wish I could focus on the story and someone could take care of all the war stuff. I am not able to figure out strategy shit with fighting. But it's like all the characters you can make and who you marry who off to and get like incest babies or kill the Pope or what crazy shit goes down.
I kind of need a reason for all that to happen too. Like you kind of kill the Pope in Final Fantasy Tactics, but there's like it kind of like the story takes you along for the ride to like, ooh, what is going on? And ooh, maybe he's good. No, he's bad. Like,
I guess you wouldn't like story generator games like RimWorld then,
because there's not. I don't play RimWorld.
But it's like the stories just are completely random, which means you can. That's why I have like hundreds of hours in RimWorld because it's just completely randomized.
I kind of like what do they call it? I forget the term of it. There's a term that they use for open world games where just emergent gameplay, I guess. Where like you're playing Red Dead or GTA or Breath of the Wild or Skyrim or Fallout.
And you're just doing random quests.
You're in the world, you're exploring and random things happen, like random encounters, right? I know those are fun.
Yeah, I know for RimWorld they call it like a story generator, but
those to me are fun, but it's because like I'm still enjoying everything else about the game. Like it kind of still need, I don't know. Because then on the other hand, like I was gonna say Enshrouded, but Enshrouded also has a story that kind of like it's kind of just there. It's again a game that I don't care too much about the story, but it's kind of like nice to have that as almost like a guiding hand, like, oh, you should go here next. Maybe. But I don't know. I've never really had much. I think I tried playing RimWorld once and just I found it so boring. And again, honestly, it's because of the fucking menus. Like, oh, you got these 4 or 5 people in your colony. Then you have to like tell them which ones to do this job. You got to set like 5 jobs to this one person. And like, I don't know, man. It's also not like super visually appealing. So my mind isn't like being like,
well, I know it's like
that way.
Yes, I guess it does count as basic visuals, but
And that's fine for most or a lot of people, but I'm kind of shallow and I want my eyes to be entertained. I want to like exist in this cool world. And it doesn't even have to be like that crazy looking. Like I really like the look of Final Fantasy Tactics and Suikoden 2. And those are pretty basic. Or even like Persona. It's just
I mean, there are mods for. I mean, there's a shit ton of mods for RimWorld.
I'm never gonna sell you on Monster Hunter. I don't think you're ever gonna sell me on RimWorld.
Okay, fine, whatever.
But anyways, we were
So
talking
what's another like menu game like Monster Hunter that you enjoy?
menu game. It's not a menu game. I don't
You just-
understand why you call it that.
because you're just spending so many minutes, hours, whatever, in the menu, and like in Monster Hunter especially, all the icons look exactly the fucking same.
Well, that's because you're not playing it and you're not understanding. Like, oh, this is the helmet slot. This is the. It's got a little icon on it. It's not that hard. Any game with equipment, really. But I know you bounced off of Final Fantasy Tactics because you didn't want to do the menus in that either. And I'm wondering, like, how do you manage Pokemon? Because Pokemon is probably even more
was the
menus.
last time I played Pokemon.
You just beat.
I never beat it.
You did. You beat. Was it Red, Blue? I saw you beat that. You cheated, but you still beat it.
Okay, maybe I did finally. Okay, you're right. I guess I did technically beat it, but it took me so fucking long to get through the Elite Four because I just did not want to grind it.
And now you're playing Dragon Quest, which is another menu game, I guess.
Not really. There's like two options of armor and weapons when you go in there. It's not complicated.
I think you're just that's it. You're used to it.
Yeah, but you have so much more weapon and armor stuff to go through in Monster Hunter compared to Dragon Quest.
I mean, if you're gonna,
It's just part of the story of Dragon Quest goes. You go to the item and armor shop. There's two things to buy.
you have a lot of inventory management in that game though, because they have like each character has like a menu of like we have like what is it 10 or 20 items we can carry. It's like oh, got to make sure everyone has an herb and everyone has an antidote and everyone.
I mean, I barely use this stuff, but yeah, the menus are actually the menus of Dragon Quest are kind of annoying because I keep pressing and it feels like I'm either pressing too much, so I'm like quitting out of the menu before I mean to, and they are annoying.
I think menus are just part of games, but Monster Hunter, you spend maybe like 5 minutes prepping your armor and then like maybe 15, 20 to hunt.
I don't know what to tell you, sweetie. I could not compare Monster Hunter theory crafting. There's no theory crafting in Dragon Quest.
There is, especially once you unlock vocations.
Well, I haven't gotten there, so I guess I haven't seen what that is. But right now, there's
you see if you ever beat that game.
There's like something about like, oh, what the actual damage or defense it has, and then something about style, and I'm like, I don't fucking give a shit about style.
You haven't gotten to all three Abbeys yet?
No.
Okay. I want to see if you continue this game after you unlock vocations, because the game's going to be like, okay, do you want your main character to be a warrior, a mage? And you'd have to do that for all your other characters.
He's really good, but he is good at healing, so I might go into something to get him healing. Because it seems like, what's her name? Maladine or
Maribel?
Maribel, something like that.
This is Dragon Quest VII, by the way. I don't think we mentioned that.
She's good at magic, but it seems like she's more elemental magic. Where when I need to heal, I'm always using my character.
Yeah.
So, like, I'll probably put him into some kind of healing class, because he's not, for all the attack and defense that I have on him right now, he doesn't seem super, he doesn't even hit close to what
he's a jack of all trades kind of character.
Yeah, which means he's kind of not great.
Most of the heroes are kind of that in these games.
Well, we'll see if I turn him into something like a priestly thing or something.
It also depends what equipment you have. Like maybe later on you'll find like a falcon blade or something. Then again, why not just give that to Kiefer? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Dragon Quest games can have a lot of menus too. And like JRPGs, Pokemon kind of games also have a ton of menus. So it's just like you get used to it is what I'm trying to get across. Just like you got used to how annoying Pokemon can be. If somebody wants to try Monster Hunter, they can get used to going to the smithy and crafting things. Like Skyrim has menus like that too.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. Monster Hunter just does not feel good to me, so I don't care.
That's fine. I don't have to play that anymore with you anyways. So that was one of the things I was playing, I think. Was that everything I was going to say about it? It's kind of hard to keep track in my mind when we were having a discussion.
Yeah, this is why I was like, oh, I should write some ideas down because I'll forget them, and then I never do. So yeah.
I love that game. It's just fun to me.
Well, hey, whatever. You do you.
Yeah, and same to you when you play Wormworld.
I ended up talking a little bit of Dragon Quest, which we can wait until maybe next week when I get even further through. But I did want to go over just a tiny bit of another game I had been playing by myself and not streaming it, was Solarpunk. And I had tried the demo when it came out a couple of months ago. And for the demo, it seemed fine. It was pretty basic, but again, it was the demo. So, like, hey, whatever.
Mhm.
Well, it came out on Game Pass, Xbox PC Game Pass. And I was thinking about this, I think yesterday after playing a little bit. And I know sometimes on PC Game Pass, they'll have game previews. So that's like maybe not necessarily demos, but like early access. So it's not like the finished version.
Okay.
Well, this game doesn't have that marker on it. So that to me seems that this is supposed to be the final version of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're really into decorating things, I don't think I would recommend this game, honestly. It makes me sad because I feel like there's a lot of potential to it. But when I finally got the little airship...
That's the thing I was going to say. The weird thing about this game, when I hear Solarpunk, I was thinking like, oh, I'm going to be like on a farm or something and maybe like kind of like a techno with like solar panels and stuff. But for some
it
reason,
does have that.
This is like on floating islands, just like out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, there's no story reason for it. Like, I thought you said you didn't need like a story reason for stuff, but
no, it's just not what my expectations were. So that kind of just...
I guess that's fair. But the thing that gets to me is that like I finally got the little ship and I'm like, okay, I can go off into the islands. And I got to the first island, which is like a trading post with the robot. So I traded some things there. And you're just doing like the most minimal of quests to get blueprints from this robot. And then I went to the other island that I could access at the first level of this little plane thing. And it was basically just the same stuff. There was one different ore type, but that was it. It was the same ground, the same trees, the same everything else.
Yeah.
Except smaller.
That's part of the thing for me. Like, I know I just went over how like I needed to be visually interesting, but when I looked at this game with the floating islands, it's just not what I imagined. And like all these floating islands that look the same and just, I don't know, man. I guess
that was the thing for me, because like seeing the islands off in the distance, I mean, maybe you can see they still have trees and stuff, but I thought maybe there's different biomes or something. So I finally get through the robot. After a few trades, you finally get the trade that unlocks the upgrade for the airship. So I finally get that, and I go to, there's 2 other bigger islands I can now access. I was all excited. It's like, maybe there's something different. And then I go to the islands, and it's all the same. There's like, now I can find wheat now, and I can find quartz. I can find the quartz ore. But aside from those 2 things, the islands are literally the same. There's nothing different to the biomes. There's not like, oh, this one has snow or this one has it's all the same stuff. And I'm like depressed. I was hoping that at least if there's different islands, it's going to be different, and it's not. And I feel like that's just going to be the rest of the game, that it's all the same stuff and you just build on the one island. I mean, you can build on any of the islands if you really wanted to, but I don't see the point. And it's just, it's sad because I feel like there could be so much potential for it. And if it was still early access, I would still give it some time. But apparently it's not. This is the full game, and I'm not a fan.
It just must be a small team. They got lucky with the name and just, I don't know.
I mean, I guess. And then there's the other small things that, okay, visuals, depending on the game, I can work with RimWorld, whatever. But in this game, when you're going to chop a tree, you don't chop it like you would a normal tree. Like, how would you chop a tree?
With an axe?
Okay, beyond the axe.
Swing the axe at it and chip away at it.
Yeah, like from the side, right?
Sure.
Because this one, you're taking the axe and just hitting it in front of you like you're hitting it like this.
Vertically?
Vertically, instead of horizontally like you chop a fucking tree, right?
That's weird.
Yeah, that's like, I'm sorry, but what the fuck? That should be like this. I mean, you're already making an animation for it. Why not do an animation that looks like you're chopping a tree how it should be?
I mean, I guess some people, when they chop a tree, they'll make like a triangle kind of formation.
No, this is just chopping straight in front of your face, and that's it.
like Minecraft.
Somehow it feels worse than Minecraft.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
just it's little things like that
Yeah,
bother me.
I mean, I agree. That would bother me too.
So I'll have to maybe I'll show you like a quick thing later or whatever. But I don't know. It's just stupid that I get so upset over something so small. Or like you go to fill up the watering can and there's no animation.
Yeah, I mean, we talked a little bit about this when I was streaming Monster Hunter, but Monster Hunter World and the other ones, when you go to get ore, your character would take out their pickaxe and go like tink, tink, tink. And then like sometimes if you get like a rare thing, there's an animation where they look at the thing in their hand and it's like, whoa, there's little animations. It's fun. It takes longer. But in Rise, I don't know Wilds because I haven't played Wilds. They just removed that. So you just like tink once and get like 4 ores.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Instead of like bending over to like scrounge on the ground to get the bones or whatever, you just kind of like wave your hand and get the stuff.
Yeah, that's boring.
Those animations weren't that long. I feel like I like having that more than just like a quick, fast thing. I don't know. I mean, so yeah, I can understand how animations in like a game like that would be annoying.
Also, there's the thing like I don't know. Randomized. Maybe that's why I like RimWorld so much because things can be randomized so much. But also just randomized textures for trees or the flowers or something. You just get this one batch of the same flower everywhere. And it's like
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I can live with that. I know, like again, Monster Hunter, like the green herb is going to look like a green herb no matter what biome it's in.
Yeah.
Or like in WoW, when you're like an herbalist and you're gathering the mage blood or whatever the hell they're called, that purple flower is going to be a purple flower no matter what biome it's in. So I kind of get it, but
also there was a thing where you can build things with the hammer, but if you want to like deconstruct anything, you use the axe for some reason to demolish it. Whereas like I just feel like if you're building a house stuff with the hammer, then you should be able to use the hammer to get rid of it as well. Or you can use the axe to cut the bushes down or something. But again, I guess the animation's a little I don't know. There was something
it's not super polished.
Yeah, it's like the tools or there should be separate tools or something. I don't know.
Some people can better handle games that aren't like polished and maybe a little janky, but it's fair to just not want to keep playing it when there's so many games to play anyways.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna uninstall it. So
That's
I'm
fine.
sorry, Solarpunk, but it's just not for me.
Yeah, even just looking at the videos and the screenshots back in the day, I knew that I wasn't gonna like it, so I never bothered. I like the idea of Solarpunk, but this is not really the game that I kind of envisioned they could be. I would want something more like
almost a city builder, maybe, or would you still want crafting survival?
Either crafting survival or almost like a Harvest Moon Stardew Valley kind of thing, except like, incorporate the tech.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, ooh, I got my little farm and these robots and town is, yeah, that kind of stuff. But it's just not for me. It's fine.
Otherwise, I think that was basically the 2 games I've played since last time, really.
Okay. I have played one other one if you want me to talk about it.
Tell me about this anime game you've been playing, because on one hand, it looks like it's not necessarily Genshin, but like, is it gacha game or something too?
It's a free-to-play gacha game.
But I also saw driving.
Imagine Genshin Impact if instead of Breath of the Wild, it was Grand Theft Auto. Or
is it as bad as Grand Theft Auto? Or
no, not at all. But you're in an urban environment. You drive around. You're technically part of like. At first, I thought it was going to be like Control. The story set out like, oh, we're part of this group and we're investigating these anomalies.
Okay.
And there are anomalies like that, but a lot of the anomalies kind of tend to be like they're almost like yokai. So like. One of them is like, for example, like, oh, this vending machine is a yokai or an anomaly and it attacks you or something. And there's like, right now I'm helping one. There are friendly ones too, who's like the snowman and he wants to like make it snow during summer. So we're like helping him like absorb cold power so he can make his dreams come true. So like I ended up getting like a job delivering frozen fish just so he could tag along and like live in the freezer.
Yeah.
So it's really cute. He's like talking in the freezer, like, yeah, it's really cold in here, blah, 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 whatever. But it's anime as hell, right? I think Genshin Impact had a lot of amazing story. Even now, I will say the Fontaine story was just incredible. And like You met the little, what's his name, Venti, the little green boy that was
That
the
was
Archon.
yeah.
His story, you never finished it, but like when you learn like how he became the Archon, and like he goes into a story of like his old friends and they're not around anymore. Blah, blah, blah. They did a really good job of tugging my heartstrings.
Mm.
It's really good. The story in Genshin, there are some more boring ones, but for the most part, it's really good. There's a lot of good stories in Genshin. So far, when I'm playing this game, which by the way, the name is everyone just abbreviates it NTE. So if you look up NTE game, you could probably find it. But the official title is very stupid, so brace yourself.
Oh boy.
The official title is, I think it's Neverness to Everness.
Oh my god.
It's something like that.
Maybe it makes more sense in Japanese or Korean, or is it
I think it's Chinese.
Chinese? Okay.
But yes, you can play in English, Japanese, Korean, or Chinese.
Mm.
I just have it set to English. I might actually change it to Japanese because some of the characters are kind of annoying.
Mm-hmm. You think they'll be less annoying in Japanese?
Maybe if I just can't fully understand what they're saying, it'll help. And then I'll be like also tickled by like, oh, I knew what that word meant. So that kind of helps too.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically imagine Genshin Impact in kind of like a GTA style sandbox. Maybe Saints Row is a better. It's a big city. It's an Asian city. It feels like I've never been to Tokyo or Seoul, Korea, or any of those Asian countries. But if you've seen like a big Chinese metropolis or a Japan or a Tokyo or any of those big Asian cities, they kind of have that a vibe of their own, right?
Yeah.
And this city feels like that, which is fun because like I've never been in a game that has that, even though there have been in the past, like I think Sleeping Dogs. But this is new to me. So like you'll be driving around, you'll see those like big white towers that are like, oh, this feels like an Asian town, and like you'll see a bunch of neon lights and like gachapon stores and like a bunch of little hole in the wall places. There's this one part where like it's kind of like the suburbs a bit, and they have like the little trolleys that are going through the countryside with the sakuras. It's really pretty.
Mm.
Being in the world and playing is fun. The combat is, again, I can't emphasize this enough. It's basically Genshin Impact in the combat, in the gacha, sort of. It's actually a bit more, it's a lot more generous than Genshin Impact. I can get into that later. But just as shorthand, imagine Genshin Impact GTA. You can't like be a complete menace. There is a wanted system.
Yeah.
You can technically steal cars, and then that's a problem. But because you're part of like this control government investigating anomalies,
there's a little bit of leeway for you.
Instead of hijacking cars, you can at first go up to a person and be like, "Hi, we're part of this, and we want to, use your car for." There's a word for it. Not confiscate. Commandeer. I don't know. You can go like the
eminent domain.
the government's basically like, we need to use your thing for a second, please. And you can just say no. And most of the people, when you try that on, will say no. But every so often, somebody will be like, okay, sure, you can use my car. And that's kind of funny. Or if they say no, then you can press it again and just steal it. But if you do that, you get wanted level. And that's a whole problem. You can get sent to prison too. Mm-hmm. And not like in GTA, when you get sent to prison here. Well, you can just pay a fine, or you can like serve your time, which I've never done that yet. So I don't really know how that works. But
you should do it once just to experience it.
Yeah, apparently there's some unique stuff in there. So maybe I will. So you got the big open world, and you got like, there's this side hustle thing of like having, I don't want to say like a career, but like the money you make in game is different than the money you use to like level your characters. In Genshin, you use the 1 gold for everything. But in this world, you're using like a currency to buy stuff in the world, whether it's like just drinks at a vending machine or cars at a dealership or on a condo or something that uses in-game world money, whereas you have like gold to like upgrade your stuff that you would in the other games. That means you can also just like do jobs. Like you can go fishing and then sell fish, or you can be Uber. You can drive around in Uber, crazy taxi style, or you can do delivery, go to the delivery service people and be like driving their trucks to deliver stuff. You can run a cafe. Pretty early on, you get to invest in a cafe and like hire people, and like they're working at it, and you decide what you're selling at the cafe, and that makes, what's it called? That money you make when you're not doing anything.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Passive income.
That's it.
Or you can work the cafe yourself, and that brings up a mini game where people come up to the thing and are like, "Oh, I want a coffee," so you have to pour the coffee, add the creamer, add the topping, or they want an iced coffee, you have to do this or that, or they want a croissant sandwich, you have to do this with the croissant, and then
Do they make you try all these games at least a little bit before you go off again?
you have to slowly unlock them. Yeah. So
Are there any that you've really enjoyed?
I enjoy that the working at the cafe, I can cheese it to finish it real fast.
Oh, really?
But like the fishing is also kind of good too. It's interesting because you get like a time currency. So imagine like you have a 40-hour work week or whatever. You get so many work hours that you can turn in to make income, and you can use that in anything. So if you're fishing, each little work hour or whatever will relate to like one fish. So you catch one fish, that equals one of those currencies, and that one currency will always make, no matter what job you're doing, 1,000. So that way you can choose if you want to do the Uber driving, if you want to do the cafe. It doesn't matter. It's all going to be the same efficient. It's just what you like doing or what is faster. But like currency wise, it's the same. So you use that to like earn money to like buy an apartment or buy cars. I have like the starter car, and that's all I have at the moment because I'm saving up for something else. But you can buy like better apartments, and the apartments have like things you can decorate them, of course. You can invite your gacha characters in because of course, right? I think I am the third patch in. I had been following this game for a while, and I was on the mailing list to be like, oh, I want to play this when it comes out, because why not? It's a free-to-play game. I tried Persona. I tried Genshin. Let's see how this does. This is a lot closer to Genshin Impact than Persona was, but it is a lot more generous, too. I don't know if you remember how the gacha pulls work in Genshin, or how we compared it to Battle Cats, but basically, when there's a character that you want, you can just throw your currency at it, and as long as you hit 90, you will get that character. Whereas in Genshin, it's like a 50-50. They're not even doing the 50-50. They're like, once you hit 90, you get it. But the weird thing about this gacha, unlike Genshin or unlike Battle Cats, it is a gacha, but they disguise it a little bit with the board game. So instead of like just making pulls, you're buying dice. It's the same currency basically, and like that's the limited currency. But once you buy like say like 10 dice to do a 10 roll, you get 10 rolls of the dice, and your little character moves around this board. And depending on what it lands is like what you'll pull. So you can see on the board, oh, there's an a high rank character there. That's the really rare one. And if you get the lucky roll with the dice, you can just get it. But then there's like treasure chests, and those are kind of like the regular pulls. Whereas that just goes back to like regular gacha math. But there's other stuff on the boards too, like free dice. So if you land on a free dice,
you just get more to pull.
Yeah, but your counter still goes up, so you get closer to your pity. So it's kind of like, oh, just a free +1 or something.
So since you know that this board game is just like a visual of what they would be doing regardless, do you like how they're trying to hide it?
It's interesting because once you get to like 70 out of the 90 pulls for the pity, it changes the board too. It gets like shuffled up, and like a lot more good stuff starts appearing. I've already pulled one of the super rare characters, but I don't really like him, so I'm not going to use him. I also pulled like 2 of the same furry guy. It's like this furry dude in a suit, and I'm like, I don't like this dude. I want just the fucking furry.
Oh, wow, rude.
But yeah, it's interesting. Gameplay wise, I'm having fun. Story wise, I'm kind of mixed. Because, like, okay, you join this agency as, like, this control group where they're controlling the anomalies and investigating their effect on the world, right? But then she's like, oh, we're going to have you join this side team. You're not going to be part of the main group. You're going to go join this side team. So you go to this house, and it's this lady who, like, does investigations into anomalies or whatever. And she has her ragtag group of, like, anime kids there.
Of course.
So she's got like, it's her. She's like the super bustum, pretty like Japanese lady in the kimono. And then her like butler, which is like this blind dude who's like running everything, or like, you know, kind of like feeding everyone. And then you have like the 3 anime kids, and they're doing their anime kid shenanigans where the little girl with the horns for some reason is like really grouchy. And then like the older teenage girl is like, you know, she's really bubbly and cute, and everyone loves her, and she's like, I think she was the first rare character, so she has some unique abilities, like she can just straight up run up the walls, which is really broken and good. But I wasn't around, so I didn't get to pull on her. Then you get the boy who's kind of shy and like straight or whatever, the straight man of the group, and then you get the annoying anime mascot character. The character that they thought was going to be so popular, they put him on the loading screens.
Uh-oh.
His name, I think, is like Tagido or something. And unlike everyone else who can talk, Tagido just says his name over and over again like Pikachu.
Oh, no.
And I fucking hate it. But apparently I'm not the only one that hates it, because they've gotten so much feedback that they've said that like in one of these patches, they're going to give you the option to just mute him, which is going to be great because he is just the absolute worst. Like character-wise, he's fine. He's like this little, imagine an otter in a jacket. He's like a yokai. He's wearing his little jacket. He's an otter. But his head is a TV. And the TV, on the TV is like an unottered cartoon. So whenever you're looking at him, you're seeing the TV with a little cartoon character otter on it. And his character's 2D and like it has emotions and stuff. It's cute. And he's fine character-wise, I guess. It's just anime shit, right? Like one of the quests was, oh, I met this other anomaly yokai and I told her I run this group and we're going to go on a date. So now can you please help me? What am I going to do? And everyone in the group is like, we're going to pretend you're our boss. Oh. And we go on a date and like, we're like gaslighting this girl. Like, yeah, he's our boss. Look at it. Everyone's his underling and all this stuff. It's like these two really annoying characters I just don't give a shit about. But on the plus side, there is a skip cutscene feature, right?
Yay.
Skip dialogue feature. Now you might think like, oh, you're not going to know what you're doing if that happens.
They
were smart enough to let you skip and give you a quick synopsis of what this cutscene did. Like, oh, do you want to sit here and watch Tagido repeat his name? Tagido, Tagi, 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 do, Tagi, Tagi, and like he says that shit, and then there's like the dialogue where you know what he's actually saying. Because your character is unique in the sense that she or he, depending on what you play, can understand these yokai things, so she can talk to them. A lot of them get surprised, like, oh my god, you can understand me? We can talk? I haven't talked to someone in years. So like she knows what they're saying, but this little dude is just saying his name over and over again. And like, do I want to watch a cutscene of this for like 2 or 3 minutes of him telling me, I gotta go on a date, I've been lying to her, please help me, blah, 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 and all this shit? Or I can just hit triangle, it skips it, and the screen goes kind of black, and it has a little, like 2 sentences. Tagido and you decide we're going to go to the store and buy flowers. Then you go there, you can watch the cutscene again, or you can just skip it. You buy flowers, and we're going to go get some other shit. So it's good in the sense that for a person like me who doesn't always need the story to be good or interesting, if the gameplay is good enough. And I'm enjoying the game enough to ignore that story stuff. Now, there have been some more interesting stories. Like I think I told you about the ice cream or the snowman, right?
Yeah. That sounds kind of cute.
Yeah, that one's kind of cute. There was another one where there was like, there was a mysterious moon. I think they called it the Moonlight Thrift Store. No, the Moonlight Bazaar Pawn Shop. Sorry, the word is pawn shop. Moonlight Pawn Shop. And it's like this mysterious place that only appears at night. And if you go there, you can trade in something to make a wish come true. So people like a chef would go in there. It's like, I need to find the next big hit to make my restaurant go crazy, right? But the downside was, okay, we're gonna give you that, but then we're gonna take your sense of taste for 10 years.
Oh shit!
So it's like, ooh, what is this? And like that whole thing, that was kind of interesting.
You can't be a cook without a sense of taste, right?
He went for it because he wanted that. There was another guy who was like, oh, I'm a perfumer, and I'm trying to like make a new perfume for my company or whatever.
So they take his sense of smell.
Yeah, and he's like, I can't do it. I just can't. So he's like telling his friend, the chef, and the chef's like, I did it. And they got into kind of a fight or whatever. There are some interesting stories, but then like there's also some, dumb anime shit. So it also depends on how tolerant you are of the anime shit. Because some people love anime, and I love some anime, but
you are calling this anime shit, so
it's tough.
It's like half and half, maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what TV or cartoon anime like I've seen that I could compare like the vibe of this game to. Because Genshin is also anime as shit. But I never felt too cringy in Genshin. Maybe Paimon at first, but she grew on me eventually. Because like they have a very sarcastic kind of relationship, so that helped. But a lot of the characters here are just silly for being silly. And it's like, oh, this dumb kid that's doing all this silly shit is like also a super tough, like top of the line anomaly hunter. And like I kind of, that disconnect, like I don't like that. But I can ignore and deal with that kind of stuff if the game is fun. And I am having fun with the game for now.
We'll see how long it lasts.
Yeah, because for a lot of these gacha games, like once you start playing it for a long time, that grind kind of becomes annoying. Just like when you played Genshin, for a while you were enjoying it, but then it got to a point where it's like, oh, you got to use these books to like extend the level and then break the level cap.
Eventually, the grind that you have to do to even enjoy what might count as good storytelling, whatever, it's just, for me, okay, I know it can become very imbalanced for me pretty quickly, and of course someone like you can handle it for a little bit longer. But yeah, that one versus the other becomes imbalanced too quickly.
Because I know how you played Genshin, I wouldn't recommend this game as much as I would say like I don't know, it kind of depends. I don't think eventually you're going to hit that same wall is all I'm saying. You would have fun with it at first. I think you really would have fun with it at first if you can ignore the anime like character cringe. But eventually you're going to hit that wall where it's like, oh, do you have enough red rocks to unlock your character's 30 levels or whatever, and like kind of stuff like that's.
Well, you don't have to tell me twice.
I mean, you kind of know because Battle Cats does that to a smaller extent.
Yeah, and even then, I was like, I'm good, I guess.
Yeah, I've been getting that way with Dragon Quest Smash Grow. I've gotten to the point where like I don't think I have much left to do, and I'm just so tired of all this same old stuff and like, oh, the gacha system. I've been trying to get the metal slime weapons, which was a new banner that came out. And do you know about the metal slimes in Dragon Quest? Have you run into any?
Not in this game. It's just the regular slimes and she slimes. But I know, like, if you find one, if you can attack it fast enough, not only they're the ones that evade and leave really quickly.
Yes,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
And if you do happen to kill it, it gives you a fuck ton of XP.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So there, in the regular Dragon Quest games, there's multiple ways of dealing with them. You can just get lucky and get a crit or something because crits ignore evasion. So if you land a crit, you just hit it. So some attacks will focus like, oh, this has a higher chance of critting, but also a higher chance of missing. But that's still better for a metal slime. So those are great against metal slimes. There's also metal slime weapons that guarantee to hit the metal slimes. They will always do 1 damage because that's just how metal slimes work unless you hit a crit. But in this game, the event to grind levels is basically metal slime hunting. And if you don't have a metal slime weapon,
don't bother.
It's really, really hard to clear them all out. So like you're going into the event, wasting your little ticket and not getting the full XP. I'm like, that sucks. I want to get the metal. I want to get the metal slime sword or the metal slime boomerang. Ideally, I would want the boomerang, but I threw away like God knows how many pulls. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. I was around like 13, 10 pulls, and I never got it.
Oof.
And it's like, that's disheartening. Like, I don't want to play this anymore. I just wasted all that currency and I got barely nothing.
Yeah.
Whereas at least in a game like this, like, you're kind of saving up for like a character, I guess. So in Genshin, for example, like, oh, Furina, the Archon of Water is available. Now you can pull on her. Like, if you have enough, it's going to be annoying, but you can pretty much guarantee it. And it's kind of not the same in this because their banners are basically the equipment and the weapon. And I don't know, man. It's just kind of weird. You can't technically guarantee it if you have enough, but I didn't have enough, so And now I'm like at 0, and I'm thinking, oh, what if like the next event comes along and it's like something I really want, and I'm not gonna have enough to do anything. It's like, well, I just don't want to play this anymore, I think.
Yeah, I think the 19th on Friday is when the Battle Cats are having their 13th anniversary or whatever. So I might look at it because I got like 10 tickets, so I can do like 10 pulls, give or take. So I'm gonna wait until then. I'm not expecting much, and then I'll probably just give up again after it.
Yeah, that's how it goes with these games. I did that with Genshin as well. I remember, I think it was the gun witch. I think I told you that she rides her like revolver around as like a broomstick, and I got her, and I had to then like get her to max level. I had to like grind a bunch of like books, and then like the stones, and then like the talent material, and then the accessory material, and then like, oh god, it's so much. Yeah. At the beginning of the game, it's not that much because like I can't even like when you play Genshin at the beginning, you can't even upgrade their talents for a while. And I'm not even at the point where I can upgrade the talents in this game yet. I see it there, and they're like, you can't do that yet until you hit account level 20, and then you can do it a little bit. So it's not too bad because it's just a little bit. But then you hit account level 30 and account level 40, account level 50, that little bit turns into a whole shitload for everything, and it becomes like huge pain.
Yeah.
And that's the sad thing about these games, because I really like a lot about them. I don't even mind the monetization bullshit of the gacha.
Because you personally can handle not doing that.
Yeah. I would probably even pay for it if I knew I didn't have to deal with that other shit.
Mm.
But once you get, I'm at max level in Genshin, or was. I think they've raised the max level. And like, knowing that I'm at max level and like, oh, there's a cool new character. She's hot as hell and she's got this cool weapon and rides a motorcycle or whatever the fuck. But if you get her, you're going to have to spend like 2 weeks of grinding just to get her to a playable state.
Fuck that.
It's just.
There's no one good looking enough for me to go through that shit.
So like, I'm at the point in this game where that still isn't an issue. So I'm having fun.
Enjoy it while you can.
That's the thing. We'll see. Yeah. So that's basically the long and short of that game. Neverness to Everness.
Ugh.
It's a dumb name. Everyone just calls it NTE. But it's fun. It's really pretty. Today I was like fishing and then like I saw the train station. Like, I wonder if I can ride the train. And you can. That cute little like green train that you see, like imagine like a Ghibli or just seeing like one of those little green trains in Japan that like run through the countryside.
Like the one-man trains?
Yeah. It came to the station. I jumped on and got off at the other station. And I was just like having fun. You can switch into first-person mode and just like see the city and the trees go by. It's really pretty.
Damn. You'll have to show me that later.
Okay. It's also funny because like I'm running this at about medium. It can go higher. And I've seen screenshots because there's like an in-game social media. And you can make posts. And if people like and stuff, you get like rewards. So I did the bare minimum. I did some pervert-ass picture because there was this girl. I don't know what the hell she was doing, but she's standing, and I know this is an audio podcast, but she's standing with her arm like this, and I'm like, why does she have her hand like this? And I just kept looking at her and thinking, I bet you they made her like that because it looks like she's grabbing a tit. So I got the one character that's really busty. One of the free characters you get. She's I don't remember. I think her name is Mint. She's like a cat girl. And I put her in where it almost looked like her hand was like hover hands over her boob. And I took a picture of it and posted it because you're incentivized to get likes on your picture. So I just made a dumb post like, oh, look, I'm just having fun with my friend. And it's like this girl, like her hand on her tit. And I got enough likes to get the rewards. And I'm like, okay, I'm done with that shit. I don't have to ever do that again. But some people with really powerful machines, they kick up the ray tracing to max and like just make incredible looking pictures. Like, holy shit. I'll have to show you some. I've seen them on Blue Sky too. Like, this game is beautiful if you have like a top end machine.
Great.
I think it still looks pretty on my machine, but I'm obviously not running it at like extreme with like full ray tracing. They do have path traced windows though, which I like. I don't know if you know what that means, but like,
please explain.
If in a video game, if you're looking at like, let's say you're on a street and you're looking at a building like a cafe and it has glass, right?
Right.
Sometimes they will just do a screen space reflection. So if there's like a car or something, or like if you're looking at a lake, it'll just like do a reflection of the mountains that you can see and flip it. Mm-hmm. But they can't show you what's not on screen. With ray tracing and path tracing and all that stuff, you can be looking at that cafe in the window and see the building behind you that isn't on the screen. That is more processor intensive, but it's a new thing that's happening more and more with games, and they've put that in this too. I think it's because it's Unreal 5 or whatever. Yeah. So like, I don't have ray tracing on, but like the windows are still showing like, oh wow, I can see the sky tree in this building, even though the sky tree isn't in my field of vision. So that's kind of fun. I mean, that's just a video game thing. That's totally normal now, but like, there was a time when that was just impossible.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of older games where you look in the mirror, but there's nothing in the mirror, not even the character.
Yeah. And it's weird because the reflections for some of the things aren't good because, again, I'm on just medium settings. I tried kicking it up to high and the computer was struggling. It's like, oh, can't do high. I'm definitely not going to try extreme. But I wonder, like, if some people do go into, like, make really pretty pictures, post it on the in-game thing, get a ton of likes and a ton of comments, and that gives them rewards to like buy stuff, which is kind of interesting.
I mean, if you need another social media thing,
It's
but
kind of
no,
a
it's just the game.
yeah, but like this, because it's a modern world, cell phones, the internet, and all that stuff exists. The characters use it,
Yeah.
so it's interesting. One of the quests was actually about like one of the characters getting like trolled online or something.
God.
Like one of the characters was getting,
Bullied.
I guess people were blaming her for something she wasn't doing, and she was getting bullied. And then like the other character came and was like, no, she's not doing that. And then the characters online were attacking him like, oh, you're with them or something, fake news, blah blah blah, a simp, blah blah blah, whatever.
Oh boy.
Sometimes it does feel like, oh, that's annoying, I want to escape that, but that's also just what the world is now. So if you're making a world that is modern, it would be weird not to include some of that, I guess. Anyway, I could probably go on more about this game, and maybe I will next week because I've only just started playing it.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll see what crazy shit comes next week or two.
Yeah, and I'll show you a few things too later.
Okay.
Maybe I can stream it instead of Monster Hunter.
Okay, we can
We'll
give it a
see.
shot.
But yeah, that should be enough for now then.
Okay, well, we'll leave you with that this week, and we hope you join us next week.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
Be good.
Bye bye.
Be good or else. Bye.